Hey guys, Zoroarrkk here, and today I'm bringing you the final episode of the Twine 2 tutorials. Thank you everyone that's watched them so far. There is 4 other parts, I believe, 3 or 4 other parts. I've already lost count. Go and check them out on my YouTube channel. There's also a playlist of all of them. And as always, in the description you will find the Sugarcube language documentation, the Harlow language documentation, the link to the Twine Discord, which will come very much in handy, especially for this episode, and also a link to my game, my recent game, The Rise of the Crowd, which was all done in Twine and is both in Harlow and Sugarcube. And you can see some of the things that I've tutorialized for. I don't know, whatever. You can see some of the techniques in there in action, and obviously play it for yourself. So with that being said, this video we are going to be going over images and sounds within Twine. This is going to be only on the Sugarcube language. I tried to do this on Harlow, and it was near on impossible. It's very, very difficult to do because Harlow is not optimized for it, and Sugarcube is. So I just want to say another huge shout out to the Twine Discord. Every single thing that you're going to see in this video was basically told to me by them. I spent a good 3 to 4 hours with them one night, basically banging my head against the keyboard saying, how does this work, how does this work, how does this work? And these guys were really, really patient with me. There was about 4 or 5 of them that chipped in and helped me with this. So anything that I've learned will be in this video. If there is something that I haven't covered that isn't in this video, I probably don't know it. So feel free to write it down in the comments. But I would probably suggest going on to the Twine Discord yourself and doing it and asking them, because they are going to be so much more helpful than I am in anything that isn't in this video. So anyway, we're going to start with sounds first because sounds are easy. Pretty easy. So firstly, what we want to do is we want to go into the JavaScript section. Now, this is where it's going to get a little bit technical. We're going to be going into both the JavaScript and the style sheet, which we haven't really done so far in these tutorials. So we want to go into this JavaScript and basically just copy this word for word. That's what I would do. I can't remember where exactly I found this, but copy this word for word. If I remember, I'll try and put this file up on like a Google Drive and link it in the description as well as the Rise of the Crowd here. So what this does is it basically sets the parameters for your game. So the game can take external files. So setup path here, this is where your project is. Where it's going to be saved as. So I would suggest making your own file, own folder for your projects. Don't just use the Twine automatic one. You can do that. I did originally, but I got recommended to make my own folder. So you can see that's why it's called Twine Projects. It's one I made. And this is basically just saying that, you know, if this file is in this thing, then these can happen. That's basically what it means. And then this one's about running in a browser. I don't think this entirely works, but whatever. Just ignore it. Well, put it in just in case, but I don't really know entirely what this is supposed to be. And then these setups, image path equals setup plus path media such images, and setup path sound path media audio. So basically what this is it's trying to connect everything together. So it's saying your setup path is this, then your image path and your sound path is this plus these two at the end. Now, if I quickly drag over this beautiful thing here, you can actually see this is my Twine projects folder. And you can see it is at volume D. There it is, Twine projects. And then you've got the media. And then I've got audio and images. Now, I don't know whether these need to be cap sensitive, but I would do it just in case. So I kept these lowercase just to be easy. So that's images and that's audio. So you can see that's where that all is. And we'll come back to this bit in a little bit. So you need this in your JavaScript to make sure it works. Now, we actually go into the passage here. And we're looking at these sections here. Ignore the rest of this stuff. We're just looking at these sections here. So cache audio boom at media blah blah, cache audio at media blah blah blah. Now I've turned my audio off because these two songs are copyrighted and I'm lazy and haven't changed it to be a non-copyrighted song. But I can assure you that these do work. So, sorry if you can hear my dog barking in the background. So basically, what this is, what this cache audio is it's telling Twine at some point I am going to call the audio named boom, and when I call that audio named boom, I want this to play. It's basically just like a variable. That's all this is. It's just saying this is an audio track, that's the variable name, and that is what I want to play when I call it. And again, same with this one. We'll come back to this in a bit because that's images. So then we come down to this one, and again, we've got audio, boom, volume 0.4, play. And then I've got that for that as well. Now the reason I have it there for two of these was because at the time I was testing to see whether different audio volumes would work, and it does. So what this is it's just saying audio, that's what I want to play. So I'm looking for an audio track. It's called the boom, which we already cached previously. It's going to be at 0.4 volume, and I want to play it. And then similarly, I want to play the song, which is going to be at 0.8 volume, and I want to play it. That's pretty much the simple part of the audio. Like, it is actually really, really easy. And if I come to the Zoroarrkk documentation here, if you just look at the side panel here, go into macros, so color code, instruction, markup, Twine script, macros, scroll all the way down to the second to last, audio macros, and then come to audio. All of this is about audio, and some of these are really, really basic. So you can stop any songs that are playing using that. You can pause any that are playing using that. You can stop every single track with that. You can put them at volumes. You can say that after 120 seconds of the game being played, you want that. You can loop songs. You can fade them in, fade them out, fade to certain volumes. All of this is actually really, really basic and really, really easy. You can also make, if I find it, little like audio groups and playlists. I haven't really messed around with this too much, but if you were, doing some idle music and you had like 5 or 6 different tracks and you just wanted to, play them in a playlist, or have like a music player, like for example in RuneScape, you have a music player, you can just do that. Really, really simple. So everything sound wise is really, really easy, and you can find it all in the Zoroarrkk documentation. But that is the very, very basic way of doing it. Now we move into images. These are a little bit more complex. So we'll start off with the easy image first, and that is this section here. So this is HTML, I believe, but don't quote me on that. And basically what this is saying is there's an image, this is where it's found, that's the name of it. I want the style of it, so how it looks, to be 100 pixels wide and 100 pixels high. That is basically all the simplicity is. Now, the position of where this is in your passage is key, because if I play it, and when you're testing these out, you would need to actually publish the file. I've already done this, so that's why I'm not doing it now. And then actually click on the file. If you just play it, it won't show properly. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But if I open this up real quick, you can see that this picture of a very, very small Illidan Stormrage from World of Warcraft is 100 pixels by 100 pixels, and it is after the high, which is what the position is here. Now, if I was to put this over this side, it would actually appear up the top here. So positioning of where you want the image is key. There is probably ways to put it to like the left and the right of the screen. I'm not too adept at that, so mess around with that. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that that is just basic HTML, because I remember when I did an HTML course years back, that existed, the SRC. So if you know any HTML, you're probably going to be absolutely golden here. And then we go to what if you want it to not just be a small one, but you want the entire thing to be an image. So we're going to move over to the normal sugar cube over here, which has slightly different code. So if we go into here first, you can see that imager src is gone. Instead, we have this. We have div id content and slash div. Now, div, I believe, is just making like a container or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what div is supposed to stand for. But again, this is HTML and CSS, cascading style sheet code. So you want this and you want to close it. And basically, you want to start it and close it at the start of the passage and at the end of the passage, so it makes sure it covers the entire thing. Then we want to go into the style sheet. And this is where it gets fun. So we have this. Now, I don't think the body bit you need. I just knew that was some basic stuff, so I don't think you quite need that. But you need this. So hashtag content, which is the div ID. So it's saying that if we were using the ID content, which we are, we want to make all of this. Now, this is where I get a bit confused myself, so I'm going to try and go through it. But basically just copy it down and you should be golden, and you should be able to tweak numbers here and there. So we want to make a border that's 2 pixels solid white, purely because in SugarCube you have this bit, so I think it's something to do with this. I'm not entirely sure. With the width of 85 VW, forget what the V means. I think it's vertical. I can't remember exactly what the V means. But the V is important. You don't just put W, you have to put VW. Same with height, you have to put VH. Display block position fixed, that's just basics, like setting up. I think you pretty much keep that at all points. Top 0 pixels, left 17.7 EM. I think that's actually this part here. Overflow auto, padding 0 pixels. Most of that I don't really know entirely what it means. I'm not gonna lie. Background image, again, you need to put the path here, so media images test. You don't need to put the previous bit, the, like, for example, me, it'd be D Twine projects. I don't need to put that, you just need to put media images, then the actual image name. Again, I've just got 85 to 100, no repeat, and size cover, position center. Now, these are important. I don't know whether you need all 3 of them, because at the time I was doing this, I was starting to get really stressed. But basically what these are is to stop it tiling. So if you've ever tried to put a small image as your desktop background and you've seen it about 400 times and it looks really horrible, it's to stop that. It's basically to make sure it covers the entire thing. So we don't want it to repeat. We want it to cover the place, and we want it to start making the image at the center. That's basically what that is. Like I said, you might not need like these 2, but I would rather just do it just in case. And then if I get up SugarCube, you will see that now we have a big Illidan Storm Rage with our text over here. So the actual logistics of it, I'm not entirely 100% sure about, but it works. You can see it works, and if you're like me and someone that just wants something to work and don't really care about the logistics of it, you're golden. If you do care about the logistics of it, or you're someone that actually knows what this actually means and you're probably cringing in your boots right now, comment down below with a big ass essay. I would love to read it and understand more about it. So that's all I've got for images and sounds, and that's all I've got at the moment for Twine 2. I might be making more videos, more episodes later on down the line, but at the moment that is all I've learned, that's all I've needed to learn in my projects, and as far as I'm aware, that should be the majority of what you guys would need to learn in Twine 2. Both Twine 2 is the program, whatever. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like down below and comment. If there's anything you guys really do want to learn, let me know and I will try and learn it, because nine times out of 10, if it's something that you guys will learn, want to learn, it's probably something that I want to learn but don't realize. So comment that down below. We can learn together basically, and I can share the knowledge with you guys. So hope you guys did enjoy those Twine 2 tutorials. Once again, the documentation for Sugarcube and Harlow are in the description, as well as the link for Twine Discord, and also my project Rise of the Crowd here, which you can play and dissect in Twine yourself. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.